What's going on out there, world? It's your boy Tommy on the spot for Watch Along Wrestling. Thanks so much for checking out the video and the continued kind of look back at my SummerSlam 2021 trip to Las Vegas. All day today, I'm going to basically be uploading these videos, sort of a director's cut, and as a way to get you excited and pumped for all things SummerSlam for the remainder of the week, as it is officially SummerSlam week. We got tons of content coming up, but let's dive right into it. If you are following along on the SummerSlam 2021 vlog playlist, this is going to be day 2. So this is actually the Thursday, and let's take it away, and I will break down some of this here for you as we see it. I am very excited and probably had a couple of beverages. My mother does not drink at all, so she's legitimately that excited. That's who you heard in the background. Her voice super pumped as we saw the John Cena Roman Reigns billboard right on the Las Vegas Strip. We were very excited about this, and I love it. You know, when you have a big wrestling show coming up at the end of a week and you're there just to kind of take everything in, it's really cool. And I think this is we're hyping ourselves up for this here. But it's, you know, at the end of the day, a wrestling show's coming up at the end of the week. And so here we are, we're trying to make the best of the rest of this week. This is the Thursday, so we had arrived on a Wednesday. Best day to arrive if you're going to a wrestling show is always on a Wednesday, because then you have, you know, you can kind of get, you can get your travel day out of the way and then have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for your trip. But with that being said, so I was glad we were able to do that. I look absolutely ridiculous with with the big goofy sunglasses. I don't even know what kind of sunglasses these are. And again, the mask. The mask is tough, especially outside. I should have just taken the mask off. I'm not sure why I was still masking. But it's important to remember that the West Coast at this time, cases were soaring for COVID. We actually don't even have tickets yet. This is Thursday. We still didn't have our tickets for SummerSlam because cases were soaring. We weren't even sure we were going to be able to do this trip. And we decided to do it pretty last minute. So it was even funnier because my mom and I literally, mom was brought on the trip about a week out. And that was, you know, I called her up and said, we're going to need your help on this trip. Can you come to Vegas? And she thought I was kidding. And lo and behold, here we are. So we started our day off. My wife found a Hello Kitty pop-up. My wife's always finding these really cool, kind of unique type things for us to check out. This is cool. It's a Hello Kitty pop-up cafe. So we have all the different desserts that were taken out. My wife chose one for me. That's why I have that redonkulous frog. I think she wanted to try a couple of different desserts. But you know, I thought this was cool. I remember that morning we had checked out the New York hotel. I'd always kind of stayed away from the New York hotel since I'm from New York. But I was blown away by it. It really does such a great job kind of encapsulating the entire New York spirit. And I may briefly mention I got a drink that was not a coffee because the coffee was $4.50. I remember that being so expensive that I decided just to get kind of a fruity drink. You can see T-Mobile Arena there, the home of the New Orleans Pelicans. And now here I am in Mandalay Bay, which I thought was probably one of my favorite hotels on the Strip. And I am just blown away that everything you're watching here on the vlog, all of these kind of these pyramids and rooms are a place you could actually stay. I didn't even know these were all rooms, but I think next time I go, Mandalay Bay will be toward the top of my list of places I want to go and visit when I go there. That or the Luxor, I think, is also toward the top of my list of where I'd love to stay in Vegas. My wife and I, by the way, you'll notice in my wife's hand there, we got big, huge ice drinks that we carried around pretty much the entire week there. When you're in Vegas, especially with our mom on the trip with the baby, you're just always kind of just day drinking, having fun. You could walk around, everybody's doing it. You can take a look at all those people in the background, almost all of them have a beverage in their hand. It's such a good time, and highly recommend you going. It's an experience like none other. My wife's laughing at me because I got something wrong. I mentioned the Chichen Itza, which is actually in Mexico, and I thought the building looked like Chichen Itza, but clearly a hotel designed after the pyramids of Egypt would not have the Chichen Itza in there. This is kind of a cool deal they had in Mandalay Bay. It was a prohibition bar, so all complete whiskey bar. I'm not a whiskey drinker, but I love that this is kind of a hidden bar there. And so when you walk into it, it's kind of a completely hidden type deal. You have to walk through like a bookcase in order to get in there. Really nice, and you can tell this super elegant. And what I loved about this is not only are you able to go get kind of your whiskey and your cigars right then and there, but it's connected to the ice bar, which is what you see right now if you're watching along with me on the vlog. We had gone to the ice bar. We wanted to do this, actually. They have one of these in New York, but this is something we really wanted to do when we came here to Vegas. And if you're wondering, obviously the little one is now with mom, probably upstairs in the hotel, enjoying life. And my mom was a total trooper for coming on this trip. But here you go. See, basically everything in the entire hotel, in this entire bar, is made of ice. The tables, the seats, you can tell the benches have like a little, they've got blankets on them. We're in ponchos and having just the time of our lives here, where everyone's walking around taking pictures. You can see the Vegas Raiders logo. Remember, Raiders just moved to Vegas in 2021, so they're getting ready for their first season over there. And our mixed drinks are even in an ice mug, so I thought that was very cool. And they had, I'm mentioning, of course, Triple H throne. I'm in full wrestling mode here. Probably dying to go check out the Superstore and hating that I didn't get to go on the first day, but here we are. My wife with the making sure she gets a photo with the Iron Throne. There's a photo with us having a grand old time. And now we are at a buffet. So one of the things my mom was really big on coming to Vegas, my mom loves buffets. I'm kind of indifferent. I like them to a certain extent. My wife is not a fan at all. But we did decide to suck it up and do this buffet for my mom. This is kind of an all around the world buffet. So each one of the different sections they have are like from all around the world. So I'm showing off the dessert section there. But if you look around kind of at this wide view I'm doing, you can see they have all different foods, from literally you have sushis to pizzas to anything you could think of. I ate so much at this buffet. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. I went up 3-4 different times. And I thought, honestly, I think it should be on everyone's list. If you're going to Vegas, do one of the buffets. You won't be disappointed. I think it's like $20, $25. A little pricey, I guess, but you're getting so much food. You can go up and down as many times as you'd like. And so that is, that was a real highlight, I think. My mom loved it. I was happy we were able to do that for her. Now we're going to one of the aquariums. You can kind of see my little daughter there. She's smacking on the glass. Really excited to see the animals. We had gone to the aquarium. There's a couple different options of things you could kind of do. I think it's like $15 to $20 just to kind of kill some time when you're walking around during the day. Fun things to do, especially if you're with family. So we went to the aquarium here. They also had a Titanic exhibition. I thought that would have been cool to check out, something completely different. But one of the things you could check out, take a look at here, as I'm showing, I think we're going from one hotel on the Strip to another hotel on the Strip. You can see another wide view here of Mandalay Bay that I'm showing off. But we were going to a different hotel, and it's always fun to kind of go and take a look and see all these different hotel pools that are going on, the pool parties. We didn't get a chance to do any of the daytime pool parties, but I thought that, that is the Luxor. Might have been at the Luxor earlier, by the way, not Mandalay Bay, but I said Mandalay Bay in this vlog. But in watching now, I'm like, this is probably the Luxor. But I was very excited to be there. And yeah, the pool parties, that's probably the one thing I would have loved to have done on the trip, is go to a day pool party. We later on did get to do one in Cancun last year, so a year after this. And they're a lot of fun. Everyone's just having a great time dancing and day drinking and having fun in the pools. Here we are having Italian food for dinner at the New York hotel. I loved this. Nobody else in my family did. They thought it was way overpriced, kind of decent Italian food at best. I had like penne alla vodka gnocchi, so it wasn't really anything special, but at the same time, I thought it was pretty good. And I think, honestly, I was so impressed by the New York hotel that I was happy we were able to get back there and have some dinner here to close out our night. I think this is the end of it here. Oh no, we are heading now down to, we're actually on a monorail. And so I was excited about that because big Disney geek. So I was really excited. So I think that the idea here is we are trying to get the most out of seeing as much of the Strip as we possibly can. Again, remember, this is my mom's first time in Vegas, so we wanted to show her around, be able to see some of that. And so I think that was, this is our first full day in Vegas, so I know we were trying to get down there. I think my mom's thing was, I'm never going to be in Paris, so at least get me to the Paris hotel in Vegas. And so I think that's what we were doing. But you can tell already I've got that glow on me. I got a little sunburn, but I am enjoying and just enjoying the whole day there with the family there. And a great ending scene here. My wife is on my mom had a little scooter to kind of get around. They had two different speeds, the rabbit speed, and I'll talk to you here. Let me talk to them. The rabbit speed and the turtle speed. My mom was going on the turtle speed, so the big funny thing was, we'd be flying through all the different resorts. You'd turn around and look, and my mom is just cruising, taking a look around, taking all the sights and sounds in, loving every minute of it. But then when I'd go on that thing, I'd try to rip it as quick as I could. I'd go, straight rabbit speed. I'd be swerving in and out of people all throughout the different casinos. And I was doing this deal, and I would put my legs up in the air, and I'd say, I'll let her rip. And I'd do this kind of deal I was doing. One arm having the time of my life. And so my wife took over and did that there at the end of the vlog. Really fun times. And I'll be back a little bit later to go through day 3.